Hello, my station is called Caterpillar Counting, and it starts off with me reading to the whole class the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. Now, in this book, it starts off with a little caterpillar who hatches from an egg, and then once it's hatched, it decides it's really hungry. So it's going to go look for some food, and you can see that he decided to eat quite a bit as you go through a bunch of random items. And at the very end, he got sick and a stomach ache. And then after that, he gets so fat that he's able to fit into his cocoon, make his cocoon. And then at the very, very end, he turns into a beautiful butterfly. So after that story is done being read, the students are going to take from what they learned from that book and answer the question, how many pieces of fruit did the caterpillar eat before it turned into a butterfly? So we have the materials, either markers or crayons, depending on which one they would prefer. And then also I have counters for them to help them count how many if they need it. And they'll need a piece of paper also for their final project. And what they're going to do is they're going to go back through to where it shows the food. And they're just going to count how many pieces of fruit. So it'd be one apple. And then next is 2 pears. And then they would just keep going, 3 plums and so on. And at the very end, there's actually 1 piece of watermelon that's in there with all the junk food. So I'd be interested to see if the students figure that out or if it tricks them. So then after they figure out how many pieces of fruit there are from the caterpillar, they're going to take a piece of paper and they're going to draw out how they would solve the problem. So this would be an example right here. And it shows 1 apple plus 2 pear, and then plus 3 plums, then plus 4 strawberries, and then 5 oranges, and then finally the piece of watermelon. And it equals 16 pieces of fruit. So I wrote out the very hungry caterpillar ate 16 pieces of fruit for the final answer, and a little picture of the caterpillar. So that would be a good example of how they could draw out to solve the answer. Or if they find another way that they would like to solve it, it just depends on them and how they figured it out on their own. That's what I'm trying to do, is trying to make it so they can draw out how they would solve the problem and figure it out on their own. So overall, I read a book, and then they are going to go out independently and they're going to figure out and problem solve on their own on how to solve this problem that I'd given them. So that's it.